Back for another informative crime report, we welcome back Roseanne Foster.
Roseanne has information students can use. Roseanne?
Marijuana. We've all heard of it. In fact, it's probably one of the most common drugs we hear of. Most people can probably think of someone who smokes it. So what's the big deal? After all, there are people who want to legalize it. And if you're looking at pros, it does put nutrients back in the soil it's placed in. So really, what are people worried about? What's the big deal?
Marijuana is the most commonly abused illicit drug in the United States. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, in 2006, approximately 6,000 people a day used marijuana for the first time. That's 2.2 million Americans, of which 63.3% were under the age of 18. With so many people using it, you can bet it's not really harmful, right? Or is that just what we choose to tell ourselves? I'm here with Red Oak District Nurse Sue Brown to find out the truth about the medical effects of marijuana.
Well, some of the immediate effects are coordination can be altered, their attention span, memory. They can have dry mouth, an increase in appetite. Their heart rate will rise, and immediately their blood pressure will go up, and then it will decrease. They can become anxious, and their perception of depth and space can be altered. Many studies show that it's the first illegal drug that people will try. Mental health, chronic use can be depression, anxiety, paranoia, schizophrenia, and also ideation of suicide. It affects the lungs that it can cause, just like with cigarettes, a cough. It increases the mucus production in the lungs. It can increase your risk for respiratory infections and also airway obstruction. You inhale the smoke and hold it in your lungs longer, and it's held deeper in the lungs. One study showed a 50 to 70% increase in carcinogenic hydrocarbons associated with marijuana rather than cigarette smoke, and that smoking 5 joints a week is equal to smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. It affects the heart because it initially will increase the pulse rate and also an initial increase in the blood pressure. It decreases the oxygen that gets to the brain and also the lungs, as we discussed earlier. Daily life, it affects their judgment, increases their chance for respiratory infection and health issues. It slows their reaction time, and my concern for students that are of driving age is the concern that if they smoke and make a poor choice to get behind the wheel and have an accident, that could affect their life and their families' lives.
No matter how widespread its use, or what any one of us believes as individuals, the use of marijuana is illegal in the United States. In Texas, the penalty for possession varies depending on how much marijuana you have. Someone who is in possession of 2 ounces or less is punishable with as much as 180 days in jail, in addition to a $2,000 fine. If you're caught smoking marijuana on school grounds, you could do up to 10 days in lockup. Or, if you're looking at a career in the military, you would be subject to drug testing at any time. Should they find marijuana in your system, your file will be closed and you will be weeded out. No pun intended.
Even those who are trying to legalize marijuana state that marijuana is not for kids. So even if marijuana was legal, it is unlikely that minors would be allowed to use it. Personal opinions are immaterial. The bottom line is marijuana is illegal, and possession of it is punishable by law. Until next month, stay safe, Red Oak. For Hawkeye News, I'm Roseanne Foster.